Edge's new faction just officially began on Raw, so we'll see what the story is there so far. We'll also see what's going on with Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes' big plan, and more. Starting things off with an out-of-character moment that fans noticed from Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. One of the biggest fan critiques about the Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar main event was that it ended so suddenly with a very anticlimactic finish. And it's like a famous line from Vince McMahon: the finish is very important. It doesn't matter what you do before. If the finish is flat, the fans are going to remember the finish. And that's what happened here. But there was apparently a lot of context to why the match ended in the fashion that it did, and that's the fact that both men were banged up. Brock Lesnar was said to be dealing with a rib injury during the match, and Roman Reigns had a serious shoulder issue going on. Roman was even spotted telling Paul Heyman it's out, referring to his shoulder being out of place, but fans didn't know if that was part of the match or a real-life injury. So with both men being banged up, it looks like a quick audible might have been made to change up what they originally had planned and both get them out of there before things got worse. So when you look at the sudden finish with those injuries possibly being the reason behind it, it makes you better understand the entire situation. After the match had finished, fans spotted Brock Lesnar breaking character and checking up on Roman and his injury. Brock had his hands up under Roman's neck after the pinfall and gave it a light squeeze, which acts as a way to ask Roman if he's okay. Roman responded to Brock by saying something out loud and got up to pull the rope and pop his shoulder back into place. He was slow to raise the shoulder during the post-match celebration, but he eventually got the shoulder up to hold both titles. And after that happened, fans went back to the footage of the match and were grabbing screenshots that show Roman's shoulder all swollen and almost discolored. That's when fans realized, okay, maybe it wasn't a storyline injury for the match. They probably had to end it fast to protect Roman from any further injury. Everyone immediately looked back at Finn Balor from 2016. He threw his whole shoulder out when he became the first ever Universal Champion and had to relinquish the title 24 hours later because of the injury. So fans just started to fear the worst for Roman Reigns. And it's like we talked about several weeks ago when the whole idea of there being no real bench players in WWE for someone to step up and take Roman's spot. If Roman is out, there's no one really there to fill that void and continue what he's doing. So if he goes down, the whole operation would pretty much go down. Roman's potential injury was the big topic of conversation throughout Monday afternoon, but he eventually came out on Raw and seemed alright. He didn't have a sling or anything on his arm, but he was still favoring it and not moving it around much as he normally would. Paul Heyman gave a brief update on the Bloodline's success. He talked about the Usos being the longest reigning SmackDown Tag Team Champions in history, and also talked about how WWE had one of the most successful years with Roman Reigns at the forefront of the company. Roman Reigns confirmed that the Brock Lesnar chapter is closed, but didn't reveal what's next for him. Roman revealed that he would save that info for SmackDown, which is smart. It gives us something to look forward to on SmackDown. So we should get a better idea about what's next for Roman on the show. WrestleMania Backlash is usually filled with several rematches, but Brock won't be coming back for that show, so Roman Reigns would most likely face a new challenger. A lot of fans are looking at Drew McIntyre to be the next challenger because there isn't really anyone else that's quite ready for Roman Reigns at this current moment. So Drew makes the most sense. So we'll have to keep an eye for who's next for Roman and if he's truly okay after that apparent shoulder injury. Speaking of potential opponents for Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes opened up Raw with a heavy promo that fully explained why he's back and what his mission is. Cody referenced some things that he talked about in the post-WrestleMania interview, but really got deep into it. He showed a picture of his father, Dusty Rhodes, holding the WWE Championship in 1977. But what Cody revealed about the picture was that his father wasn't champion in that moment. Since that match ended in a countout, the champion retained the title and Dusty never won it. Cody explained that the moment he heard that story is when he knew he was going to step foot in the ring one day. He wanted to win that WWE Championship and bring it back to his father, win it for him. Cody explained that he can't physically do that anymore. He can't put the title in his father's hands, but he can still win it for him and wrap it around his own waist. So it was a great, deep promo. He immediately laid out his clear objective on what he plans to do during this WWE run. He wants to win the WWE title. So Cody Rhodes is a future opponent for Roman Reigns, but not in the immediate future. He'll likely have a few more feuds before making it to Roman. And that's a good idea because it'll make it seem like more of a journey if we see him taking down the biggest names in WWE until he makes a case to face Roman Reigns. Some fans are assuming that Cody versus Roman would be a good SummerSlam main event, so that's a possibility as well. But seeing Cody's journey will be a lot of fun to see unfold. Let's get into everything with Edge's new faction. It was reported over WrestleMania weekend that strong pitches were being made for a new heel faction involving Edge and Damian Priest, and we saw the start of that immediately during Night 2 of WrestleMania. Priest distracted AJ Styles enough for Edge to pull off the win, and then vowed his allegiance to Edge. That led to Edge explaining what the group is about on Raw. He talked about how it's for people who've been hiding, who they really are, how they're ready to stop listening to the sheep and just embrace it. That led to Edge introducing Damian Priest. Edge pointed out how they both turned heel on the same night, and how much of a coincidence that was, because look at them now. Of course, more members are expected to be added to this group. It now is being reported that Rhea Ripley could potentially be the next member that joins Edge. We already got the teaser of Rhea being frustrated with Liv Morgan on the Raw after WrestleMania. Liv and Rhea will have a tag team match coming up, but if they come up short, then that could be the final straw for Rhea Ripley as well. Rhea Ripley fits into the theme of Edge's group perfectly. Rhea is known for being the face of brutality and truly being such a strong force, but she hasn't really been able to tap into that side of hers since she's been stuck in the tag team division with Nikki and now Liv Morgan. So that breaking point could be coming up for Rhea, where she turns herself heel on Liv and decides to join Edge in order to showcase who she really is. Some fans are also discussing how this new evil group could also be a smooth fit for Alexa Bliss to join as well down the line. That's an interesting idea that we may dive deeper into during this week. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.